Hello on this delightful sunny Friday. Right, today's a bit of a road trip. Got to go pick my race number up. It's a little bit further than what I normally go for a race number, but I'll update you on that shortly. Yes, hello. So, a little bit of back history on this one. 2 weeks ago, well, I'll put everything in context. Basically, doing Belfast Marathon. Knew you had to pick the numbers up. They refused to post them out, so you can't get them on the day. Had to get them from the expo. Everything was fine. Due to get there tomorrow. But then they emailed me 2 weeks ago to say, yeah, you've got to get here by 5 o'clock on a Saturday, otherwise you can't get your number. So I was like, alright, that's not ideal. This information might have been useful months ago, but it wasn't. We looked at the website, it all said to be confirmed, to be announced, all that sort of stuff with the open times for the expo. A little bit of assumption on my behalf, because I just kind of thought, right, probably about the same time as everywhere else. Most expos shut about 7 or 8 o'clock because people work. Anyway, emailed them back with the situation, asking for alternative options. 2 weeks ago, still no reply. End up having to make a plan B. Now, kids going out tomorrow with Kirsty, but they've got aisle seats. Not aisle seats, window seats, so I need to be back to sit next to one of the kids. So the only way to get my number is to do what I'm having to do today, which is go to Newcastle Airport, fly to Belfast, get my number, fly back, and then head to Belfast again tomorrow. Got a little bit of time in Belfast as well, so I'm going to have a little look at the finishing area and things like that. And I'll give you a little look at the expo as well while I'm there. I'm not going to go any more about it because it's done. More pissed off last week than I am now. Now it's just a nice day out, so anyway. Do the obligatory staring out of the window travel documentary in pensive thought pose. Oh, are you ready? You ready? So, is that convincing? Right. That's that done.
Airport. This train terminates here.
Is for Southampton via Newcastle.
Massive journey.
And I just left them and he was like,
Thank you. Right, so I'm in Belfast now. I'm going to head down to the expo. I just came this way because it's a bit quieter. It's about 20 minutes down that way, so we'll see what's the crack is there. I think there's a find a Greg's on the way there and grab yourself a nice cup of tea or something daft like that. It's getting a bit windy. Oh yeah, there's the magic. So we're now what's here, Waterside or Waterview Hall, which is where everything is. So that's the building. I'll get inside, see what free stash I can get, then see if I can go about eating some grub. Speak to you soon. I'll have a look around in a bit. Get that number, that's a priority. That's the main reason why we came all this way. This is stuff with things. Thank you. So don't throw out, put the tea down.
Exhale. Although, funnily enough, I would have the odd night where I just wake all night, and it's usually after I've been out running.
I just wanted to double check that.
That's right. Yeah.
Alright, that's great.
Right, thank you.
And there's
Thank
some
you.
water as you go outside, you get a couple of bottles of water as well.
Thank you. Yes. Wow, that was straightforward. Let's see what other stash I can grab. Hello. So everything got a few freebies and stuff. So what the plan is now is going to be walking to where we're staying over the weekend, just to see how far it is for the kids really. Maybe a bit far after quite a trashy journey to make them walk. So it looks like there's a bus route directly on that street, so I'm going to just go that way. I've got a few hours to kill, so I'm going to go see where it is, see if I think it's too far, and if I think it is, then we'll get the name of the nearest bus stop and we'll work it from there really. Work the problem, as they say. But it's a nice place. There's a lot of I would say that when the bus went past, there was a lot of, drove past a lot of undesirables at that point, but that's like most big city centres, I suppose. Keep themselves to themselves, just arguing and fighting with themselves and that. But they don't bother people, so it's all good. And I work in Gateshead, so it's, it's like that every day there. Anyway, yes, that's the way we're going. Apparently it looks like it's about 1 mile in that direction ish. We'll see where we are from that point. But all gone good. After that, gonna have a walk down to the finishing area to see how far it is to walk from the finishing area to where we're staying, just in case I need to just head straight there without any breaks. So ta-ra. So yeah, the Ormsby part, which is where the finish. Honestly, it's so muggy and there's fucking midgies everywhere. It's doing my head in. Anyway, I'm trying to find a finishing area, which is probably more down that way. Sorry, fucking midgies. Anyway, I'll get back to you in a minute. Hello. So I am in the finishing area where it be, just over my shoulder there. That is where you come in from the end. If you didn't see last year's Belfast Marathon, that is where the steward kind of accidentally pointed to something in that direction, and the main runner kind of started heading off in that direction, and he nearly missed the course record by a few seconds because of it. It was very funny. Probably for him. Then you run up this bit here, where like just where that car is. That's where the finish is. There's an elite area over there. I'm still waiting for my invite to that one. Over in that corner, that is where there's going to be like all the food vans and stuff. And the tennis courts over in that direction. I believe that's where the medals are going to be. And this should be like a little fan area. Plenty of space here. I imagine by the time I finish though, there'll probably be like 5 or 6 people and a dog. But as long as there's food over there, I'm happy. Alright, so plan now, sorry, itchy nose. Plan now is head back to city centre. I'm going to have about an hour and a half to kill. Once that's done, jump back on the bus to the airport. It takes about 45 minutes. Once I get to the airport, do all the airport stuff. I think my plane is due round about 9 o'clock. I due to take off around about 9 o'clock. So then I get to Newcastle roughly about 10 o'clock. Then hopefully straight on the metro and then home. Just a brief thing about the anxiety I felt today. It was, I would say, healthy, perfectly normal anxiety, but because I'm not an anxious person really, generally speaking anyway, so it kind of did stand out for me. Main reasons: I've been on a plane for 20 years, coming to a different country just to pick up a number. Obviously there's the costs involved and all that sort of stuff, but I think mostly it was just the lack of control. That's kind of what it was for me anyway, because basically first thing I had to rely on was the metro, which are massively unreliable all the time. Then I had to get to the airport on time. I haven't been on a plane for 20 odd years, so it was very much like asking things as I go. I thought Newcastle Airport generally was quite poorly signposted. I kind of asked to go places, like let's go through security. No one said, oh yeah, you've got to walk past this massive duty-free shop there to get into it, because I was kind of just looking for an entrance in like certain areas, whatever. But the staff were helpful. I'm not having to go there. I just think the place itself, there should be like a little thing of this is what you need to do, step-by-step guide, for those of us who don't fly very often. Anyway, I knew that would be an issue. I had to get on the plane. Say I haven't flown for a while, not a massively keen flyer anyway, but I was fine on the plane. Kind of got here, there was just a little bit of anxiety about I need to get up, I need to get here in time, I need to get that number. That was the whole point of it, the amount of money that's been spent on just today alone. But even if today alone didn't happen and I missed getting my number, I still have to go home, and then I wouldn't get here in time tomorrow, so then the entire thing would be like a massive washout money wise. So I think it was just a lack of control. There was many aspects to this, kind of like, I could arrange it as long as everything lined up, which is probably why I'm going to end up at the airport like 2 hours early today, because I think I'll just be more settled when I'm there. I'm not anxious now, kind of, but I've been walking around, everyone's been very friendly. There's been a few interesting characters around. There was a woman who shouted across the road at me, but she was off ahead, by the way. I think she referred to me as a Scruffy Dundee CUNT and told me that I owed her 20 quid. So obviously I replied in kind, but she wasn't going to get that money and where she would go with herself. But everybody else have been very nice. There's been a few issues regarding accents, I would say, because obviously we all speak English, but Northern Irish accent isn't always easiest to understand. My accent isn't always easiest to understand. and I'm a bit mealy mouthed as well, so I don't always pronounce my words as well as I probably should, which you probably realise from watching these videos and went, what's he talking about? If you ever watched our pet videos when I'm in that, you've noticed that I'm always subtitled as well. But he always says, he's always nice about it, says, oh, it's the microphone doesn't always pick people up. I think nobody understands what I'm saying, and I mumble too much as well. But anyway, beside the point, that's the plan. Get there, get home to Newcastle, 10 o'clock. Then I'm relying on the metro still running to get home. But if the metros aren't running, at least it's just Newcastle, so you know there's no, I could be stuck in Northern Ireland, which would be worse. But there's like all rumours going around about like flights being cancelled and all sorts of stuff, so that's kind of been playing on my mind all week. Didn't get much sleep last night, not because of this, I just didn't sleep very well. So it's just been, I feel like there's a load off now. I think I kind of, once I got my number, I think I was just like a lot more relaxed, and it was just like, right, I have several hours to kill now. So had a little walk to where we're staying, went from there down to here. I don't know if I mentioned it, but stopped off at McDonald's for a cheeky little apple pie just for the sugar rush as well, because I'm an athlete to take care of myself. But yes, that's it. Thanks for watching this. I shall catch you later. I'll be making obviously the marathon video. I'll try not to make it shit for you, but if it is shit, just tough really ultimately. But hopefully you'll see me finish here on Sunday. Plan is, I've only done one marathon before. It was 5.5 hours I finished it in, which it's good for me, obviously because it's the first marathon I've done. I'd like to get under 5 hours. That's kind of target A. Target B is, much like last time, just finish. There's a cut off of 6 hours for this, so under 6 hours is the main thing, which if I didn't finish under 6 hours, there must have been like quite a serious injury at some point, because it's pretty slow by my standards, even though the last one finished at 5.5 hours, it's not even that far off. So as long as I can avoid not DNFing, yes that's right, get it under 6 hours and hopefully get under that 5 hour mark. I mean, we'll see what happens on the day. Weather for the day was due to be a bit rainy, but then the weather was also meant to be like that today. It was a bit overcast this morning, but it's actually turned out quite nice this afternoon, so maybe it's like this. Temperature's due to drop, so if everything goes well, if the rain holds off, it's meant to be quite cool and just nice running conditions, because not too cold but not too hot, so hopefully that's how it works out. Anyway, see you Sunday. Ta-da! Metro, coming. I can't bloody tell, I thought it was a metro, I think it's just a street light. Well, the pop-up says it's due in 5 minutes. That sign says 10 minutes. Buck nose as usual.
This train terminates here.
Oh, this will be our sofa night. I am 5 minutes away from home now, so I should get home for 11 o'clock as planned and predicted. Long day, but I can't do it all again tomorrow. Good night.